I'm recording.
What's yeet, bird catcher?
No, you were supposed to explain what this is. I
No,
will.
I said start recording so I could ask you. Everyone in
No.
my audience, everyone in my chat's yeeting, and I don't understand.
I was asking
children.
you.
Is
Okay.
yeet a Fortnite dance? That's another thing I
No,
don't
it's not a
understand.
Fortnite dance. All right.
I'm still
You're
catching up
supposed
with
to
lit.
read the briefing, and then I'll tell you what yeet means.
All right. As you are well aware, the Vern, Neptex Aquatic Substation. Oh no, we're underwater?
Oh no.
Was overrun and decimated by interloping entities. The Vern is presently ruined, filthy, and unsafe for human habitation. Nevertheless, you have a job to do. Due to the difficulty in getting you to this location and the expenditure involved, we are issuing you and the operation an F-class safety protocol. You've been warned. Move with haste and perform your duties as required of you, and we may not need to dock your pay to recruit the excessive operational expenses. That's not how any of that is supposed to work, asshole.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds like fascism to me. Anyway,
this job's expensive, so they're gonna pay us less.
Yeah. Anyway, yeet is a exclamation that basically expresses the feeling you get when you jerk off.
Really?
I'm gonna say yes.
Did you just make that up?
Yes.
I was like, I can't tell if he's making this up right now.
I am definitely making it up, but I wanted that to be the definition so that everyone in your chat who is saying yeet right now feels very awkward about themselves.
Will they, though?
I don't know. They are a bunch of children. Just kidding. They're probably people.
They're probably people. That's your quote on the box for my audience. They're probably people, not even human. Just technically probably under the classification of people.
Keep catching games. If you watch it, you're probably people.
No. Oh,
right.
What'd you do?
I don't know. There's already disasters
what the fuck
everywhere.
Just happened?
I don't know, man. I don't like it already.
Oh, I knocked over my garbage can, and then a gory thing of green stuff exploded.
That wasn't me.
Everywhere.
Wasn't me.
And it made that one gory explosion sound. you know the one.
Yeah. You think I just know stock sound effects because I know 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 stock sound effects off the top 5?
Anyone who's played a Rareware game knows a lot of stock sound effects.
That's how they voice act their games.
It was really messing with me when that specific sound of a metal door closing was used every time you closed any metal door in all of like Perfect Dark and GoldenEye.
Yep.
And then I never heard it a single time for like 20 years until Orange is the New Black came out.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. That's really funny. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like a sleeper agent for stock sounds because of that company.
You hear a stock sound effect and you're like, the eagle has
I need to
landed.
kill the president.
I must kill president. But I think my favorite stock sound effect that came from GoldenEye, because there was a ton. There were so many stock sound effects. I love all the bullet stock sound effects, like pa-chow!
That one specific like reverby like high pitched one that has like a tail to it.
Yeah, pa-chow! Every time you hit like a wall or something like that.
Did you find the incinerator? Because I have a lot of stray bullets to destroy.
I haven't found the incinerator, but I also haven't looked.
I'm a little worried because we started off with the box. I'm a little worried that means we don't get our own.
No! No! How did you fuck up that much? You knocked over barrels too.
Yeah, there was weird terrain around. Oh my god, that I just threw that tentacle. It went fucking slipping, sliding away right down that hill.
The old N64 Castlevania game used the squeaky gate noise.
On the barrel.
You're talking about like, that's a classic stock sound effect too. Or Blizzard games also used a ton of stock sound effects. Like I remember in Warcraft 2.
Oh, that one pot shattering sound.
Yeah. I remember in Warcraft 2 there was like basically every single sound effect was a stock sound effect, including like the dragon sound. Or the pig noise, that pig squeal noise. You know what I'm talking about, maybe.
Oh. Yeah, there's the barrel, the bucketer. Oh, that bucket's full of blood.
It's very weird what things you learn about when you're a Let's Player. You learn about shit like Foley and like stock sound effects and stuff like that.
This place is
Morse
really complicated.
Yeah, this place is a series of tubes. It's basically the internet.
Oh yeah, I remember when I had to study Morse code to do a fucking video.
Yeah, and it still was a hell of a challenge.
And boy, I'm slowly learning the symbols for all of the planets and horoscopes because puzzle games love to make you do all of those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're kind of pretty. They're very identifiable, and you can pick your favorite ones.
Yeah. Boink. There's a really funny thing where I'm still playing Pathologic, which I've been playing for the last 4 months or something. It's astonishingly long. It has 3 campaigns. It's a CRPG with 3 campaigns. It has a really distinctive soundtrack, and I really like the audio design for a lot of the game and stuff like that. But then out of nowhere, you'll hear like the most comical stock voice sounds out of nowhere.
What do you mean? Like, ah! Or what?
Oh god. It's like there's definitely multiple characters that are one step away from being like a Howie scream or something. But in particular, yeah, this is not fitting in the garbage right now.
I'm kind of amazed at how much of a disaster just throwing this shit away ended up being. Ah!
Oh, it closed. Apparently.
Why?
Like,
Alright, which sound effect? Damn it!
I always end up at a point where I'm just like mimicking the voices because they're so comical. There's a guy that throws fire bombs around. That not only does he have a really weird yell, but he does the yell too fast and too frequently for how long the yell is. So it's like it starts
overlapping
pitches. It's like resetting over and over again at different pitches, like he's a Minecraft enemy.
I gotcha.
It's the pitch.
So
my favorite thing though is you get to a place called the Abattoir, which is where all the slaves were locked up and left to die during the plague. And when you get inside there, normally every zone has a really distinctive soundtrack that's really cool and separate to that place, and I really like listening and learning all the new songs. That one, oh, this is gonna be complicated to figure out how to destroy.
It's okay. I think that's good. Just jam that shit in there.
You just feed it in.
Do we need it both?
I might have to shoot it with the gun.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to shoot it with a gun. It is way too Cthulhu-y.
But you get to that one zone, and now the soundtrack is just like a weird high-pitched. There's like one high-pitched note that's kind of meandering around the pitchscape or whatever, just being high-pitched.
Pitchscape.
And then this music's just punctuated periodically by various stock screams.
Oh. Oh, that sounds awful. Like,
yeah.
Ah!
And there's one yell that I don't know what to call it, but I love it, and I laugh every time I hear it because it's so specific. And oh, that's gone.
Nice.
Cool. I don't know what to call it, but there's a yell that I would describe as being a yell that starts at 11. Like it just goes straight to it, and then tapers off over the course of it. It's like the instantaneous, like, it's the yell that you cut to when a guy's about to suffer a horrible fate and you see the monster coming, and then it just cuts to like a wide shot of like the forest and you never see that guy again, but that scream plays.
I don't know
like
which
that specific scream.
There's only 2 screams that I can identify via name, and those are Howie and
Wilhelm.
Yeah, to be fair, both of those are great.
Yeah.
I actually think the Howie scream is way funnier than the Wilhelm scream.
Oh yeah.
For people who don't know what the Howie scream is, have you played StarCraft?
Yeah.
You've heard it.
Yeah.
The Academy building, they used to unlock fire bats on the Terran side in the original StarCraft. You click on it, and it just goes. And it's just like, what the hell? Why is clicking on this building? Like, why does it scream in pain? I still don't know why. I don't know why you need to build a college to make flamethrowers, but you fucking do. In the original StarCraft,
chemicals are hard.
Apparently, bullets are easy, but chemicals are hard.
Yeah, you're good. You got it now.
Okay. I think that was
you
actually
figured
a
it
pretty good Howie Scream impression. I kind of like how that came out.
It's
I'm
really
not-
hard to mimic a Howie scream without also doing the lame thing where you pretend to scream by whispering.
Oh, like, yeah.
Yeah. That's my favorite thing about indie games is when you can tell someone's trying to be a little too quiet in their voice acting because they're like in an apartment or something,
Yeah.
and they're doing their indie game voice acting themselves, and so all the shouting sounds too much like me when I do shouting when I redo line reads in a house full of people.
Hey, you motherfucker! You don't need to do that thing. Yeah. I'll have you know that that was a really bad thing that you did. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's
I
this
can't
one.
tell how
Yeah.
I can't tell how dirty my mop or my bucket is in this setting. Like
Yeah.
the goop color is blue.
I was watching some video on World Star Hip Hop, and it was like, it was what was, you remember that old video where I'm the Juggernaut bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I actually
it was,
saw that in the movie before I saw the meme from the
funny.
actual source material.
yeah. I'm the Juggernaut bitch, or whatever it was in the
The
movie.
awkward moment when X-Men 3 just uses the meme.
Yeah. Anyway.
We're in on the joke too, kids.
Anyway, I saw a video on World Star Hip Hop where somebody basically did like a version of that, but with Arthur, and they did like a really like ghetto version basically for whatever that means, but apparently it meant something to these people. So it was very amusing to me because that was happening, but it was only every time somebody said the N-word. It was just like they were speaking at a normal volume, and they said that, and it was a third the volume. And I was like, oh, that's because they're at their apartment, and they don't want their mom to come in and yell at them for using the N-word. It was probably the most juvenile thing I've ever seen in my life.
You don't understand, Bird. I'm edgy. My favorite thing is people trying to cuss me out on comments, but then they're self-censoring.
Uh-huh.
But like they're writing the swear, but they're censoring the swear. And I'm like, you could just not write the swear or write the swear, but you're doing the embarrassing thing.
I mean, dude, it's the internet. You can't swear on the internet. Hey, what does this
Mom
say?
will find out.
Donate? It says fucking donate. The game's giving you subliminal messages to give money to the fucking developers. That's transparent.
How subliminal is it though? Maybe they're just saying donate blood.
Oh.
Actually, yeah, they're just being nice.
I
They want to
see.
help the world.
This game is sponsored by Big Blood.
Blood?
Soon, the
gonna be-
world's blood will be mine.
This was gonna be a really weird day if we played Dawn of War today.
Why?
It already is a weird day, but it would have been more of a weird day.
Why is it weird?
So I spent all morning doing I did a 2-hour Q&A podcast while playing World of Warcraft, which is celebrating its 14th anniversary.
Damn.
While talking the entire time about Halo 2, which is also 14 years old.
Huh.
And then we would have been playing Dawn of War, which is from 2009. But also between that and now, I've been troubleshooting Uru, which is from 2003.
That's a whole lot
very
of retro
strange
shit,
day.
dude. Yeah. You know what I did
I'm
all
just-
day? Was work. Yeah.
Yay! I mean, I worked.
Yeah, that's true.
I haven't even been playing video games today. I've been doing a Q&A and troubleshooting Uru.
Fair. Fair.
It won't fucking work.
I
we
assume
did
it's
a
a
whole
Patreon
Kickstarter.
game because why the fuck would you be playing Uru right
'Cause
now?
I promised I would do it after the Kickstarter went through, where they were updating them to run for now. I was like, hey, stop nominating these on Patreon because
Who's gonna do it?
they're gonna re-release them to be less shitty from modern systems. And that didn't really pay out because I'm trying to get the game to run still.
I was gonna say, if they try to make it less shitty, I guess they didn't succeed.
Yeah. I'll figure that shit out. I did it all the other times. Like, I ordered physical copies of Myst 3 and 4 to make run. No!
Whoop, sorry. I wasn't paying attention, and I cucked you.
How dare you?
Sorry. You ordered physical copies, like CDs?
Yeah, I have CDs of Myst 3 and 4 with like the giant old PC game cardboard box that they came in.
Uh-huh.
Like that's what I have on my shelf. It's kind of nice to have. I like having physical media on my shelf sometimes.
Oh, you like CDs?
Kind of.
CDs nuts.
Uh-huh. I was like, I literally don't know how to react to what you're saying because I know it's bait. I didn't know how dumb the bait was gonna be.
How did you know it was bait?
Because you said it that way. You said it in a baity way.
Oh, I'm playing D&D right now with some friends of mine in real life, and we were talking about fighting beholders, and there was a new person in the group that I hadn't really like met or talked to before. So I asked him. He said something really sarcastic and stupid during the topic of beholders, and so I asked him, "Do you like beholdies?" And as soon as I said that, everyone else in the group turned and stared at me, and they said, "No, don't." And I couldn't get him to say it. I couldn't get him to say it. He also knew it was.
Would you like to hold these?
No, it's beholdies. But he couldn't. Behold these nuts. But he couldn't do it. I couldn't pull it off. However,
when did you get lame?
Anyway, he shops at Aldi's, so I have an amazing opportunity there. I just got to be subtle about it.
You gotta be subtle about it.
Yeah, but I have to just be like...
Right after you subtly ask him about Updog.
It's gonna be like, oh shit! That's right. So, there's this one coworker of mine who really likes...
I don't like how Updog reminded you of a story.
There's this one coworker of mine who really likes stupid jokes, but also is very, very culturally unaware. And so I can pretty much guarantee with 90% certainty that she's never heard of Henway or Updog. And so the other day I was gonna prank her. I was gonna ask her what her thoughts were on Henway. However, I forgot. But I remembered I was gonna say something, so I thought to myself, like,
you
okay.
just started talking?
No, I didn't start talking, but I was thinking to myself, like, okay, when I go in to work, I'm gonna ask her if she likes Aldi's. And then I thought to myself, like, wait a second, is that right? Is that the one I want to say? I was like, I don't think I want to tell my female coworker if she likes Aldi's nuts. But I knew I was gonna say something. So instead I ended up saying nothing.
You committed because of a contract you made with yourself, apparently.
No. I just completely forgot. I was like, oh god damn it. I was like, I don't remember what I'm gonna say, but it probably wasn't Aldi's nuts.
I like so when she backtrack to figure out your own train of thought of the joke you don't have to tell.
I'm just saying, like, when she comes back from New York in a week, I'm gonna ask her what her opinion is on Henway, and I will update everyone when that happens.
Is it gonna be on your calendar?
No.
Bird's list of very professional things to do.
I have everyone has an understanding of my sense of humor at the office. I should regale you all with stories at some point, but I remember.
I don't think I know what Henway is.
Oh, you don't know what Henway is?
No.
You don't know what Henway is? Keith? Keith?
I'm thinking of it and I'm like, what the
Keith, you don't know what Henway is? You don't know what Henway is?
If I say it, how is that misconstrued as something else? I don't get it.
I can tell you, but you
don't get it. I'm thinking about it and I'm like, I don't get it.
You have to ask. You have to ask the right way.
No.
You must
I
ask.
am no man's fool.
You're carrying a box of lag.
Yeah. I've got a box of lag just for you. How do I get more
Keith,
boxes?
Keith, I'll tell you,
Let's see.
but you gotta ask the right way.
Nope.
You gotta ask.
Nope. Ignorance is bliss.
I guess I'll be over here knowing.
Yeah, enjoy knowing
Factoids.
dumb shit.
Ouch. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah.
Is there actually a box dispenser anywhere in this map? Oh, here it is.
Yeah, it's where we started.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
Just gonna carry this entire corpse.
Anyway, yeah, like I said, so we have a couple of chat rooms at the office. Oh, thank you for knocking this bucket over and spilling all the shit on the floor.
Well, don't leave it in the way of how people walk if they can't look at their feet.
That is fair, actually. I will grant you that one. I left it in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have a couple of group chats at work, and I have absolutely no capability to censor myself in those group chats. So people have definitely an understanding of what what my mental process is like, we'll say. Let me see. The other day, we were talking about, I don't remember, like the stock market or something like that. And I just responded being like, I've looked at my portfolio in about 10 years. How's my boy Enron doing? And everyone was like, oh no. Very few people knew that I was joking. And they're like, oh, we have really, really bad news for you. But I played along. You know, I played along and I was like, oh, really? What's happening? And then I was like, when they told me the bad news, I was like, okay, well, I didn't have everything in Enron. I diversified. I had my portfolio managed by a guy named Bernie Madoff. They still didn't get the jokes. They were just like, oh no. They're like, you need to pay a lot more attention to the news, man. The only time that they actually caught on that I was joking was...
I was waiting for you to be like, I don't have stock in the news.
Nah. By the time people caught on that I was joking was when I said my great-grandfather had a lot of money in Standard Oil in the 1920s. How are they doing now? That's when people figured out that there was something wrong when I started.
He's pranking us.
Yeah,
he's doing the prank.
That's when people were like, "Oh, you've never heard of the Great Depression?" And they're like, "Ah, you're full of shit."
Before you.
But for a little while there, people believed, and you know what? It's worth
There's
something.
so much gore to carry in this level.
It's worth something to give people that little ray of hope in their lives. Their dim, dismal, shitty lives.
No, it all exploded out.